another large batch of stolen emails connected to the Hillary Clinton campaign went public through WikiLeaks in their document dump. It is a high-tech security breach that Clinton insiders are comparing to Watergate. You make your own mind up on that. Ryan Lizza is with us. He's our political commentator. Ryan, also, of course, a Washington correspondent for The New Yorker. Ryan, let's dive in first to these Wall Street speeches, right? Christina just went through them, the Goldman Sachs speeches, showing a very different persona in front of these bankers than to the public, certainly in the primary when she was running against Bernie Sanders. I think the question becomes, how much does that hurt her as she tries to get these Sanders supporters on board and enthused to go to the polls?
You know, it is a good question. There's no doubt that one of her weaknesses is with that segment of the left, especially millennial men. They have never been enthusiastic about Hillary Clinton, and this, frankly, I think will confirm a lot of the beliefs of those on the left that Hillary Clinton in private is a moderate and was never really that enthusiastic with the sort of anti-Wall Street, anti-bank populism.
Right, she's no Elizabeth Warren.
She's no Elizabeth Warren, and you know, she was kind of faking it a little bit in the primaries, and you know, you see this through several issues in this email. So I think it could cause her a little bit of trouble with that one segment of the electorate.
So another segment, I mean, when you look at union workers who Trump has certainly been talking to and trying to get on board this solidly blue bloc, apparently, according to another WikiLeaks dump, and the Clinton campaign hasn't said that these are indeed actual emails, but they haven't said they're false either. Yeah. She was apparently speaking to a group of union workers behind closed doors, and it was emailed about that. Apparently, she said, talking about environmentalists and activists, they come to my rallies, they yell at me, and you know the rest of it. They say, will you promise to never take any fossil fuels out of the earth again? And I say, no, I won't promise that. Get a life, you know, saying to the environmental activists, get a life. And then she goes on to say, I want to defend repairing and building pipelines. That's in private. In public, she comes out against Keystone.
She came out against Keystone, which some other emails that suggest there was some turbulence in the campaign about that one, because previously as Secretary of State, she seemed to indicate that she was okay with Keystone. And look, here in this meeting with union officials, she's trying to balance two key constituencies in the Democratic Party. Unions who depend on jobs and construction jobs in the pipeline world and in general in the oil services world, and environmentalists who are coming to her rally, and to be honest, fairly extreme environmentalists if you're saying no hydrocarbon should ever come out of the ground again. I mean, most environmentalists are okay with natural gas as a transition fuel. But anyway, it's her balancing these two, and as she did with Black Lives Matter initially, showing a little bit of frustration, and as she did with the young Bernie Sanders supporters, showing frustration with the young millennial left who at points in the campaign she just thought didn't get how politics works.
All right, Ryan, Lizza, thank you. We appreciate it. We'll see how it's brought up, how she responds on Wednesday in the debate. Coming up next, the economy.